everyone, welcome to the first episode of our month of Inktober. I'm really excited to kick this one off, but first and foremost, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking prompt suggestions to talk about during our Inktober episodes. So if you would like to go over to Twitter or Instagram, shoot me a message, send me a tweet, and I'm going to be taking different prompt ideas of art topics or artist problems or questions to talk about during our Inktobers. So with that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this episode. Just letting you guys know the first half of this is a little blurry because I realized that my camera settings were off during the first drawing, but we are good to go from here. So thanks guys, and let's get into this episode. So the first topic we're gonna be covering in Inktober was submitted by Obi the Cinnamon Roll, which is maybe you could talk about some of your personal artist struggles. So artists have a lot of struggles, and it ranges from artist to artist, but I bet a lot of you probably suffer from the same things. One of my biggest struggles that I'll just start off right at the bat is not feeling like I'm good enough. And it's a really hard thing to get over, and you know, some days are easier than others. Like some days I legitimately just kind of fall into a semi-short depression and not feel like I'm good enough or not making good enough art. And it happens. It's a natural thing that happens to any type of creative and emotional creator, and I think just to basically anyone. Typically this comes on because of my self-doubt with my career and where I am as an artist, and then I've been applying for a lot of other jobs over the years, like working at Nickelodeon or Rooster Teeth, or basically trying to get into the field I want to get into but not succeeding and not getting any type of callback, follow-up, anything. And it's really difficult when you do that for so many years and not really get any leads. You kind of fall into the state of really, really bad self-doubt. You just kind of get in your head over and over and be like, am I not good enough? Will I never not be good enough? Will I always be stuck in this position? Is my art not good enough? You know, I've been practicing and working hard and trying to get better, but it looks like nothing is paying off, and it's really hard to sit down and, you know, tell yourself, you know, it's gonna be okay. Like, you are where you are right now as an artist, and that's just how it is right now. It might have been, maybe your art wasn't exactly what they were looking for in the job. Maybe your style was a little bit different than what they were thinking. Maybe there was a lot of other really, really good competition, or just maybe it's not the right time. That's what I have to keep telling myself is one day I will reach a career and a goal that I want, but maybe that one wasn't meant for me. Maybe that job I applied for, it wasn't meant for me. Maybe the next one will be even better. And it's a really hard thing to get over. I'm making it sound really easy by just saying this, but I know I go days to weeks feeling this way. And there's no easy solution. It's just kind of a emotion that you have to process and deal with and grow from and kind of learn who you are as an artist, what you do, and like what makes you as an artist. One of the things that helps me the most to think about when I get stuck in these feelings of not being good enough or not having the right type of art is sitting down and thinking about a quote that I heard on a podcast not too long ago. It was a Chris Oakley Art Academy podcast. I will find it and put it down in the description below. But the artist he was interviewing is another monster creature creator, and I absolutely adore her work. She's been in Dungeons and Dragons manuals, Pathfinder. She just does all the monsters that have always really inspired me. And she said that when she was trying to get into the field and trying to make art, that she was doing everything. Everyone feels they need to do everything. You need to be good at props and buildings and creatures and animals and people and everything. You need to be the jack of all trades when it comes to art. And that's something that artists fall into a lot, feeling that they need to be good at everything to get anywhere in art. And she just said, you know, I'm good at this one thing. I am good at monsters and creatures. Like, that is my passion and what I am good at. And she said it just took some time, but eventually companies come to you for what you're good at, not the other way around. And it's just a matter of practicing, refining, and just keep plugging away at that craft and really honing in on your specialty. Honestly, this isn't for everyone. She even said that, you know, some people are much better specialists and are good at that one thing, but others are really good generalists. You could rock multiple different things in the art field, from character design to background painting to everything. Like, you might be a generalist, but it really depends on the person, and that takes a lot of self-reflection and I guess just seeing what your passions really lie in. And I know we went on a bit of a tangent there, but I think this all kind of relates to one of my biggest problems of being an artist, is that self-doubt. And then that can even relate to the feeling of being stuck. I get that a lot too, of, you know, the combination of not getting the jobs I want or being able to pursue my passions and make it my career. It happens all the time. I feel like I'm stuck in a job that I don't like. I'm stuck in a career. My skills are stuck. Like, there's been a couple weeks or months in a row where I'm like, I haven't grown. Like, I don't feel my art's gotten any better. And it just takes a moment to just sit and think about what you have accomplished. And that helps me a lot. Looking back on especially this YouTube channel, this channel has helped me so much with dealing with this problem of feeling stuck, because I just go back a couple videos or go back to the beginning of this channel and look at the videos that I started making over a year ago, and just seeing the growth and development that I've made, even if it's not like huge leaps and bounds in certain subjects or certain things I struggle with, it's still great progress. And it's really good to sit down and reflect and see what progress you have made. And I know that's not the easiest thing to do. Like, especially if you're a just starting artist, you might not have that big plethora of work to reference to and to be like, oh look, you know, in January of this year I drew this way, but now here in September of this year I drew like this. You know, it's sometimes you don't have that amount of work to reference, but it's just finding those little things that you've improved on and just seeing where you've moved as an artist and how you've grown. That helps a lot. Another thing that helps me tackle that feeling of like I'm not progressing is pushing myself and trying something different or something I haven't done before or in a very long time. So recently, I actually did a live stream where I pushed myself to draw something that I haven't done in a while, which is body studies and much more anatomical studies. And they ended up being kind of like lingerie pinups, you could say. And the last time I did it was, I don't even know, a couple months ago. And I really hated how they looked back then. I'm like, no, my bodies don't look right. The anatomy doesn't look right. Everything isn't looking right. And I was really frustrated with it then. And so I never touched it again. So with this live stream, I actually opened my old one and I'm like, hey, that was actually pretty decent. I don't know why I didn't like it back then, but must have been something. And so I, you know, took another crack at it, and I absolutely adore how the new ones look. I was so proud of myself because I finally felt like I was reaching that goal that I wanted for myself. So one of the big things I noticed was there's an artist that I've been following for years, and they are a fantastic and an amazing artist, and I've always looked up to their work and kind of wanted to strive to get to that level of character development and character art, and especially their bodies are fantastic. So if you want to look up the artist, their username is Dye Me Like a Sunset, and I think that's the same on Tumblr and DeviantArt. But they've done these body studies that are just amazing and gorgeous, and I just love how the body sits and folds and feels in all of her drawings, and I feel I finally got closer to that. Doing that live stream and trying something that I haven't done in a long time, it reaffirmed that I've grown at least a bit. So that little bit of pushing myself and practicing and then trying to achieve a certain level of art helped me a lot. So I know this one kind of was on a bit of a tangent, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this was insightful, and maybe you could see that some of the struggles that you suffer through, you know, other artists do. No matter what caliber or place in their career they are, all of us suffer from a lot of different artist problems. So thanks again, guys, for stopping by and checking out this first episode of Inktober. And again, if you would like to submit any topics or questions or anything that you would like me to talk about during these Inktobers, make sure to shoot me a message either here in the comments or go over to Twitter or Instagram. Either of those would be great. And I guess I'll see you guys next time for another Inktober. Bye, everybody.